Hello everyone, I'm Professor Geek. Welcome back to my channel. And I am still working on that Wonder Woman Stop Screwing with the Costume video. It is coming along. It's taking me a little longer than expected. I am scripting it out and I'm wanting to be very comprehensive, so I'm taking my time with it and really covering all bases. It'll be worth the wait though, trust me. In the meantime though, I did see Black Panther and wanted to provide a little miniature review reaction to it. It was a great film. As the title of this video says, it might be a little unclear to some people because there's a lot of things going on right now and being said about the film on all kinds of different sides, but it's a great film. It really is wonderful. So as the title of this video says, believe the hype, just not that hype. So what is that hype I'm talking about? Well, first, let me tell you what's so great about the movie. It's a wonderful film. It's not, blazing the trail of originality or anything, but I don't think it should have. I mean, these are stories, these Marvel films, and especially these origin type movies are following the hero's journey, and there are certain beats that they have to hit and certain plot points of the monomyth that they have to cover. So we have elements of that. We have the mentors, we have the special powers and weapons given, and we do have the villain in the Marvel films and honestly in superhero movies in general. It's this common trope to have the villain take on the hero's power in some way, or somehow acquire what makes the hero special, the hero's special ability or power. And then the hero then has to prove that he's more than just that ability or power. He's a hero because of what's on the inside. So you've had this, just look at the Marvel films, for example. The very first Iron Man film, you had Warmonger take the arc reactor and make his own suit. Captain America, for example, Red Skull also had the super soldier serum and so forth. So, you do have an element of that in the film, but it doesn't feel trite. It doesn't feel like it's tired. It feels like it's presented in a really fresh way, and it's done quite well. It is the first modern, I guess in terms of this shared universe age, it's the first modern black hero. I think that the hype there, though, is we should be proud that we are at a place, of course, where we can have a character like Black Panther lead a film and for it to do this well. But this is not the first black lead superhero. I mean, come on, the very first Marvel superhero film ever was Blade. Stop pretending that didn't happen. That was epic in its own right. And that was quite something. So I just think some of the hype, it's kind of like the Wonder Woman phenomenon. I talked about the Wonder Woman movie myself. I don't accept that as Wonder Woman, as a true representation of Wonder Woman. But the film itself, it's all right. It's an alright film. But because of the hype, because of this is the first female-led superhero movie, then it just became like people are acting like it's just Oscar-worthy, amazing cinema. And it wasn't that. It wasn't even the first female-led superhero movie, but there's just this push to hype some things like that. So I also saw a lot. My friend Chris Moe from the Geek Show pointed out before I even saw it. He said there's a lot of Superman influence in this, especially in one of the post-credit scenes where you have T'Challa addressing the UN. And I definitely got that vibe, that sort of Superman 4 where he's talking to the United Nations vibe. Really, really good. And I'm just really impressed with the character of T'Challa too. I was impressed with the decisions he made and the choices he made. He was very much the American monomyth, the selfless, level-headed, American monomyth. And that's what I appreciated so much about the film. The pacing and everything was wonderful. The cast was great. All of that. So when I say don't believe that hype, I'm talking about a lot of the racial stuff that's been said about the film on different sides. Of course, there's these silly tweets going on about how white people shouldn't even see the movie on opening weekend, and if you go to the theater, you sit in the back and this and that. I don't even know if these tweets are. It's hard to believe somebody could really sincerely write something like that in today's day and age. But tweets like that have been going around, and people are trying to make a big thing out of this film as though this is the Africans and the African Americans. This is their film. This is their film. That is such a load of bullshit. And if anybody's seen the film, you should know that's bullshit, because that's exactly what the villains of the film are trying to do. They're trying to perpetuate this idea that, people of African descent all around the world have been so downtrodden, and we want these Wakandan weapons out there, so arm them and turn the tables so they can, be atop their oppressors, and then Wakanda can rule the whole world, in this sort of black pride kind of idea, or African pride idea. And T'Challa's fighting against that. T'Challa, his whole his whole sense of that speech at the end, and I'm not giving anything away, this is general knowledge of T'Challa if you've read anything from the comic books or whatever, but we're not going to divide ourselves like that. We are all one tribe of humanity, and he wants to help people, not rule them. He wants to help all people. He wants to bring everybody together under one tribe. And that was the real mission of the hero of this movie. So it just seems like so many people trying to drum up on the racial tensions and hype are just missing the entire point of the film. And it makes me think that this has got to be sort of a marketing or, as these things usually are, they're trying to take a piece of art and use it to push or promote a person's political agenda, cultural, political, whatever. And it's just so disgusting. It really is. Especially for a film like this that's just so wonderful on its own merit. And it is great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being proud of the fact that we've got, in this shared universe age of superhero movies, we have an African-led, film that's doing this well and everything. That's great. Sure, be proud of that. Wonderful. But stop with all of the other stuff. It's just, let's not sully or miss the message of the film, which is for all of us to come together, work together to help each other, and to really accept that we are all one tribe. It was just really great in that film. So I don't want to give away too much. I will say that Ross Everett, I was quite pleased with Martin Freeman's character again, because he was just hilarious in Christopher Priest's run on Black Panther, and that's the first time I really met Everett Ross, and he was just so funny. And he really kind of had that aspect to him in the film. The movie changed a few things around with the White Ape character and the Dora Milaje. Changed a few things around with that, but I think it did it well. I think it knew what it could get away with and what it couldn't get away with in terms of cultural sensitivities and stuff like that, and tried to be as true to the comic books as it could be within that. And it told a wonderful story. Nothing was wasted. Every little thing that was just kind of thrown out in the beginning came back, and nothing felt gratuitous, and it all came back around to serve the main point of the story and the climax at the end. And some of the cast was great. I mean, I really looked up to T'Challa. He's just a great hero. I'm really looking forward to being able to be inspired by him even more in future films. And his sister, I forget the girl's name who played her, but Zuri, she was just so adorable. She was just fun to spend some time with. And just a great cast and great story, great message. So definitely go see it. I haven't really said anything that hasn't been widely marketed and advertised or whatever, so no spoilers there. But a great villain, Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan is a great addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Some really fun characters die who I kind of wish they'd stick around for later films. Of course, they could always, it's Marvel Cinematic Universe, anything can happen. But yeah, just a really good film. So I recommend it. Just don't even mess with the hype. I mean, be proud of it for whatever you want to be proud of it, and celebrate whatever you want to celebrate about it there. But just enough with the political BS. Just come on. Let's glory in the art and celebrate the art for what it is and what it tries to teach us, and let's be inspired by that and not worry about all of this political stuff. So anyway, that's my review reaction. I would give a more in-depth analysis, but I've only seen it once in the theater, and I like to study a film a little bit more before I do that. So definitely catch it if you haven't already, and stay tuned for that Wonder Woman Stop Screwing with the Costume video. It is coming very soon, I promise. And until next time, keep enjoying and digging deeper into the superhero stories you love. Thanks for watching.